Hello, welcome to Living Life with Purpose. I'm your host, Phil Foster. I normally do these videos outside, but man, we're getting hammered with snow and it's really cold. So I thought I'd come inside today and apologize if the sound quality is not real good. But you know what? It's Friday, and every Friday I just take a minute, remind you to get out to church somewhere. If you live in the Athens area and you don't have a church home, we'd love to have you here at New Life. And of course, we start at 10:35 on Sunday morning. One of my favorite songs is a song that says, "Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere." And that song was written based on Psalm chapter 84. Now, if I took time to go through all of what happened in Psalm 84, we'd spend a whole week of videos just trying to scratch the surface. But got me thinking, better is one day with God than 1,000 elsewhere. You know what got me thinking? You know, the privilege and the opportunity to spend time with God is an absolutely amazing thing. And you know, like last fall we had the President of the United States come to our city, and they used our church as one of the bases of their operation. And with all the fanfare that brought to our community, and so many people were excited to be a part of that, I got to think, you know, something a lot bigger than even the President is made possible to us, and that is to spend time in the presence of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. In other words, we don't have to wait till we get to heaven to spend quality time with God. You know, the Bible said in the Old Testament, "I'll be your God, you will be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of you." See, in the Old Testament, you had to pack up your stuff and maybe travel to Jerusalem, to the temple. And in the temple, that's where the Shekinah glory of God was. So in other words, you had to go somewhere to meet with God, technically. Well, in the New Testament, the Bible said we're under a better covenant. And now the Bible says that when you and I are born again, the Spirit of God comes to live within us. So we don't have to run to Jerusalem to meet with God. We can meet with God anywhere, anytime, any place. To me, that is an incredible thing. And that's why Paul would later say that God would be, we would be His people and He would be our God. And He wouldn't come just to dwell amongst us, but He'd come to dwell within us. He said that in Corinthians. So I'm going to tell you something today as we get ready to close. Just the idea that we could spend the day with God. You can either choose to spend time with God or the day with God. You can choose to spend a few minutes with God and then say, "God, I'll get back with you tomorrow." Or you can live your whole day as an ongoing time with God, as an act of worship. And I want to encourage you to think about what I just said, because if you can spend a day with God, you can spend a week with God, and a month with God, even a year with God, and really, you can spend a life with God. So when you get to the other side, you won't show up and say, "Wow, God, if I'd known you was this much fun to hang out with, I would have spent more time with you on earth." I encourage you to do that, to spend time with God each day. Till we get together next time, may God bless you, and you have a great day.